nawafil, and so on and so on. Okay? So which one do we prioritize? How do we prioritize it? Fard first, isn't it? Sunnah comes next. So would you perform a sunnah and neglect the fard? No, we wouldn't, isn't it? Okay? Yeah. So it is common, very common in Ramadan. Yeah. So in the UK, a lot of people pray Taraweeh. Okay? Sometimes they miss Isha. They come for Taraweeh. And then they don't pray Fajr. Yeah, it's very common. Very common. Because they don't understand what the priorities are. Okay? They don't understand what the priorities are. So we've talked about this before. I think Abdul Ahad put it in. So urgent, non-urgent, the time matrix, the time management matrix. I think we know about this, and we'll be looking at this in much more detail later on, inshallah. Okay. Now, so I'm going to leave this for this afternoon because Arif will be covering this in far more detail, inshallah. So let's look at the second category of habits, the next three. So public victories, the second three habits. The fourth habit he mentions is that of think win-win. You see, every time we do something or we are in a dispute or in a dialogue with others, very often what we do, we want to win, isn't it? We want to be victorious in it at the expense of everyone else. But we don't think that can we really find a situation where we can win and the other person can win. And for those of you who have studied the art of the skill of negotiation, will know that that is what negotiation is about. It's not about somebody winning and somebody losing, or I'm getting what I want and you're not getting what you want. But rather it's about everybody being satisfied. So, okay. So in human interaction, there are these 6 categories. In any situation, let's say you dispute or a conflict with someone, these are the things which can happen. There could just be a winner, or there could be a winner and a loser, or a loser and a winner, a lose-lose situation. You lose, I lose. We want to resolve something. You are not willing to agree, I am not willing to agree. I end up losing, you end up losing, and then that's it. Or it could be a win-win situation, or it could be a win-win or no deal. Okay? So the key is to achieving a win-win situation. So you want to achieve a win-win situation where you win and the other person wins. Your opponent wins. How do you do that? Well, it's about character, it's about integrity, maturity, and it's about abundance mentality. It means that when you're looking at things in an objective way. You're not looking, you don't have your self-interest at heart, but rather you are somebody who is really concerned. You want to get the best out of the situation for that situation, not just for yourself. So you've been very mature about it. And it's also about you building relationships. What happens often is that when you are in dispute with someone, it could be a fellow employee, it could be your employer, it could be somebody within your school or one of your peers. What you may well find is that if you were to build relationships with people, then it is more likely they would understand who you are and you can come up to some amicable agreement. Very easily. If I don't know who you are and then suddenly I see you around a negotiating table, then I might be at loggerheads with you because I don't know how you're thinking. I'm looking at you and say, what is he thinking? What does he really want? How is he trying to undo what it is? How is he trying to get what he wants at my expense? These are the things which are going through your mind. So in the win-win situation, really, so how can you avert that? Well, you can do simply, you can say, well, look, before this discussion starts, can we both go and have a cup of tea? Can we go and have something to eat? Can we have a meal together the night before? And suddenly, when you start understanding and learning about people and their concerns and everything else, then you begin to realize, hold on, the things that you're going through are not as half as difficult as the things which I am going through. And it may well be that I would give in to you whatever it is that you want at my expense. And then it's also about agreements. In a win-win situation, everyone needs to feel happy with the outcome, because a lose or no deal or it becomes a lose or no deal situation. And this is important for us. Everybody must be happy. Now, what happens often is that in a win-win situation, one party is not happy. They might agree to something, but they might agree to it grudgingly. Yeah, they might agree to it grudgingly. But that grudge which they have is something which never goes away. They always remember it. You might win, but it's like a fight. You might knock someone out, or you might think that you won that thing, but the person who has lost is still remembering that loss. So you want a situation where everybody is happy at the end of it. So habit number 5, he says, is to seek first to understand, then to be understood. So what do you think that means? Seek first to understand, then to be understood. What do you think what that means?
Understand the people first that you're going to be dealing with, and before trying to let them understand you.
Okay, understand the people first. And what do you think that means? Anybody else?
Don't expect people to be on board or to understand your point of view. Don't see where they're going.
Okay, yeah, that's another meaning.
Fully assessing the context, the variables, what's happening with the people, what's happening with the environment.
Okay.
And of course, to position yourself.
How do you do that? Tariq, how would you do that? What do you think it means?
Active listening.
Absolutely. And that's the key. So you know what? You know the people who chair meetings the best, who people look at and say are the best at doing something, or the best leader in any situation, what they do? All right? They never give their viewpoint until the end. They never give their viewpoint. They would initiate a discussion. They would initiate a discussion, and they say, well, look, we are going to be discussing this particular issue. And I need to understand what you guys feel about the situation and what we should do. But I want to know what you think about it. And so can we go around and see what everybody thinks? So at no point does he give his viewpoint. He may well have his view, and he may be clear about exactly what he wants. But he will never give his viewpoint first. So what he does is that he goes around the table and gets everybody's viewpoint. Now it may be that he came to the discussion thinking, well, look, hold on, I think we should go X way. But then when he didn't realize that at the end of this, that the 7 people who are around the table think in a different way. And so what he does is that he said, I've listened to what you all said. And I agree with you, the vast majority who think that we should go this way. That's the way that we'll go. Okay? That's one way that he could do it, because he has listened to everyone else. Or he could say, well, look, I've listened to the 7 of you. But maybe there is something that you might be missing. So these are the points which came up from what you've just said. And let's see if it is that we can go through them in some detail and understand what they mean. And they say, well, what do you guys think at this point? Do you think it makes sense? Do you think that we can be looking at it in a different way? And then you go through all points, and then the 7 guys says, what you're saying probably makes sense. So then you go around and say, guys, what do you all think we should be doing? And then it may well be that there might be a change, and then you get what you want. So you have to think about techniques, because we're talking about leadership, how leadership behaves. So the first thing that leaders do is that they seek to understand before, then to be understood. Because in most conversations, people tend to want to speak first. Now this happens not just when you're negotiating, but also when you make it. If you want to make a friend, let's say you're a stranger, right? I don't know you at all, and I've seen you for the first time. You're at some event, I want to find out more. I want you to become my friend. So how do I do that? All right? There are a number of techniques that you can use for me to become your friend, apart from growing my beard and other things. Okay? Okay? So I go up to say, hi, how are you? Okay? So I go up, I shake his hand, I say hi, or if it is that, I say, how are you? So tell me, I'm Ahmad, and what's your name? I say, oh yeah, your name is Abdul Ahad. All right, it's very similar to mine, whatever it is. So you begin to strike a conversation. So amongst the things, and then when you start, so Ahmad, tell me, what do you do? No, you never ask them, what is your profession? Okay, what you ask them, Ahmad, tell me something about yourself. All right? So the key thing is that never when you first trying to introduce yourself to someone, never ask them closed questions. If you ask closed questions, they will give you a closed answer. So never ask a question which gives a response of either yes or no. Always, so you ask them open-ended question. And never ask somebody, what is their profession? Okay, that's a no-go. Let them tell you. So you really want to know about the person. So it says, well, what are some of the things that you like? Oh yeah, you said that you came from from Jamaica. Tell me more about Jamaica. And then you see them, they start to glow. Because you are asking them something that they can talk about. They know Jamaica. If I said, tell me about quantum physics, say, oh, quantum physics, what's that? Okay? He doesn't know what quantum physics is.